Hi guys! Welcome to my channel. My name is ReadingBear and I hope you are ready for some more stories. And today, we'll take a look at some new legal advice content. If you enjoyed my content, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and post some bear emojis in the comment. And now, let's dive right into the stories.
The first one is titled, I'm being evicted for violating my apartment's no dog policy. I have no dog. New York. I've lived above my landlord on the top floor of a legal two-family triplex for the past 3 years. We share the bottom floor, laundry, bike storage, small home gym, and both live alone. It's been a pretty ideal situation. We get along really well, and he's been an awesome landlord. I'm also really cognizant about being a good tenant. So, it was a total surprise yesterday when I received an eviction notice, labeled Notice of Termination, along with a copy of my lease with the section forbidding pets flagged and highlighted. It was sent via certified mail and says I have 30 days to vacate. I thought he was ducking with me at first. Like I said, we're cool and I don't have any pets, so I went downstairs to congratulate him on almost getting me. He was not cool. He was really pissed and began ranting about my dog and how its barking and running around has been keeping him up at night. I tried to refute this, and it only made him angrier. He says he sees me walking the dog, a golden retriever named Steve, multiple times a day. Also, he says we've had conversations about the dog and that I've been rude and aggressive when he tells me it's a violation. And worse, I asked him to walk Steve when I would be coming home late from work and he has the texts to prove it, which he said he already sent me when he warned me, also, via certified mail, that I needed to get rid of Steve. I seriously 100% swear I don't have a dog and I have no idea why my landlord suddenly thinks I do. Is this something I should or can fight? Do I need a lawyer? Edit. Okay, so he just texted me in all caps, "You got another one?" I asked him what he's talking about, and he said that he's watching me walk 2 dogs right now and waving at him through the window. It's 3 p.m. on a Tuesday and I'm at work. Not walking dogs. I really hope this is a ducked up prank. Maybe would be kinda funny looking back, but I think I'm gonna stay with a friend tonight. Edit 2. I really appreciate everyone's help and support and I'm trying to respond to all of your comments, especially since I haven't left this post pretty much since I made it. Sorry if I'm missing any, but wanted to just say a blanket thanks because all this calm and rational advice is keeping me from totally freaking out right now. Also, my friend I'm staying within has a dog, not named Steve. Maybe I'm just delirious after the past day, but I find that really funny. Edit 3. I need a break. This got very, very real, much more than I honestly expected. It seems obvious now that this is very not normal or okay. But I guess I really didn't want to see that and instead focused on the eviction itself and the sort of amusing dog thing. I'm not really thinking rationally anymore, and I can't help myself or my landlord until I clear my head a little. I texted the contractor we're using for the reno to make up an excuse and stop by to check on him, just in case, and then tomorrow I'm gonna take some action. Thanks again, r/legal advice. Both for the advice and letting me release my dumb stream of consciousness while this all sunk in. I get stuck in my head a lot, so I think I needed this post to talk it out. Update. So, first off, I wasn't totally honest about my relationship with my landlord. This was probably pretty obvious the more I commented, but we're actually really close friends. Like I spend holidays with his family. So yeah, that's how I knew he wasn't just ducking me over to get more money. Anyway, I met with a lawyer. I like him. He basically said the same thing as everyone here. NYC is really tenant friendly. And if this makes it to court, unlikely, you'll see why, it won't be hard to fight. I don't think I'd want to fight though. I probably have nothing to worry about, but I would just peacefully move if it does happen. The rest of this update isn't very legal. Sorry if that's against the rules. So, I ended up calling 311 instead of Adult Protective Services since Google gave me a few different numbers. I must have described the situation really badly because they transferred me to animal care and control twice and then I was distracted by a fire at work. That's not jargon, we were evacuated because of a fire on another floor. The story is they were making s'mores in a conference room. This wasn't a call I wanted to make surrounded by all of my coworkers while we stood around outside, so I texted his sister instead and we made plans to talk later. Long story short, she'd gotten some weird messages from him lately. Like him congratulating her on a promotion then getting angry when she had no idea what he was talking about. Once she heard about Steve and the eviction, she made plans to fly out to us the next day. This is getting long, sorry, so jumping a bit. She told him some story and convinced him to fly back to CA with her. Before he left, he apologized for blowing up at me and said that we could talk about the dog when he got back and try to work it out, but that it was shitty that I did it behind his back, especially when it was against the lease, and he couldn't rent to someone he couldn't trust. I asked his sister about the eviction, just in case, and she said of course I wasn't evicted and to just hold down the fort. Anyway, so he's at a place near his family being treated now. I don't know what for and I don't really care as long as he's getting better. That's his business and he'll tell me if he wants to. I just want him to be okay and it looks like he will be. I do know it's nothing environmental because I've had the whole place tested for everything. Also, I've been staying there and I'm still fine. His family is awesome and reaching out to me almost daily. I haven't been able to talk to him since he left, but hopefully soon. I'm also going there for Thanksgiving, so I'll most likely even get to see him. And when he's back we can maybe start looking for our new dog Steve. Thanks again for all the help. Not trying to sound dramatic but I'm not sure if I would have done the right thing if I hadn't posted here. The next one is titled, Woke up this morning with dad's car disappeared. Called police, it was towed while being parked in my driveway. New Jersey. This is all occurring this morning, so still lack information. Went out last night, got home around 1 a.m., parked the car in the driveway. Dad woke up to go to work, to find his car gone. We suspected theft, so we called the police. It turns out it was towed overnight. The police on the phone just said to contact your bank. Is there a reason for this to occur? Is this legal? We don't have outstanding debt, or anything like that. Dad will call the bank soon. My main concern is if this is legal, and if I have to pay towing fees despite not doing anything illegal for it to be towed. We've lived here for 10 years without an issue like this. Edit. You guys guessed right. Just late payments and the sort. They towed it, and Dad is going to pay off the balance. They did say he should have the car back. Thanks for your advice and inputs, good learning lesson for me as well. Update. Figured why not make an update. So, Dad's car was towed away. Dad contacted the bank. Turns out he had over $1,000 due to the bank. He just has the mentality that if you make late payments, you pay a late fee and messes up your credit, but it's all good if you make payments. Well, turns out he was wrong and the result of it was the tow. So, he made the payment, plus we went to the towing spot and paid $240 in towing fees, and we got the car back like 3 days after the incident. All things considered, we're just happy we got the car back. I was under the assumptions for banks and companies to do this, they would send warnings in advance. Maybe they did, and my father didn't read it properly, who knows. We discussed his financial situation. My dad isn't an overspender per se, just bad at managing bills and money. Guess this is a life lesson, don't mess around with loans. I hope people can learn from a similar issue like this before their car or property is gone. The next one is titled, City Police called my wife saying Walmart reported her for mis-scanning at a self-checkout to steal things. My wife got a visit from the police saying that Walmart says on Tuesday, July 31st my wife was caught on camera scanning items in a way to hide that she was stealing things. The police told us what car she was driving and that they knew the whole bill was under $100. They said she would get a court summons over it. Here's the thing, she didn't go to Walmart on July 31st. The most recent time she went to Walmart before that was Saturday, July 28th. She said while there she did accidentally scan something twice and the lady there locked her out of the self-scan. She said she got the lady to clear the double scan and unlock the self-scan. The lady watched her the rest of the time. The officer that called didn't introduce himself, so we don't even know who called us. We have GPS that shows my wife stayed home all day. And we only have one working car right now. I was driving it that Tuesday. I'm confused and don't know what to do. Edit. We live near Dallas, Texas. My wife left out that the officer showed up at the house. Update. Well, I guess this was my welcome to the legal world. It's cheaper for my wife to plead no contest. It doesn't matter whether she is guilty or not. They accused her of a crime, and because we can't afford to fight it, my wife is going to be on probation. The fact that she could just be accused and suddenly we have to start spending without seeing a bit of evidence. Our options were pay $290 fine plus $50 for probation or pay $500 for a lawyer just to help with pre-trial stuff. America, where it's cheaper to be guilty, even if you aren't. At least she won't have a misdemeanor on her record. She won't have a record because she was never arrested, and the deferred adjudication means she won't have a record as long as she doesn't get a citation for a short time frame. I know there are steps after that. Non-disclosure applications and such. The next one is titled, Homeowner Association Trespassing, Colorado. I rent a condo that has a private patio. It has a privacy wall all around minus a small section of shrubs to opens to our parking lot. Last week I watched as someone walked over the shrubbery and on our porch. By the time I could put shoes on, he was gone, and I didn't see him nearby. This morning I got an email from my landlady saying the homeowner association had sent a notice that I was in violation due to having a charcoal grill on the patio. The notice included a picture of the grill. The grill is not visible from the parking lot, only from inside my own unit. The only way they knew was by coming onto the patio. My landlady said she was unaware that they had been there until she received the notice. I've reviewed the homeowner association bylaws and rules and there is nothing stating they have permission to come onto our patios to inspect them. I also reviewed state statutes, along with local laws and codes, and could not find anything stating homeowner association managers were allowed to come onto the property without notice unless there was an emergency. I really don't consider this small rule violation an emergency. I emailed my landlady and expressed my concerns about the situation. I did rectify the rules violation by removing the grill, so I'm back in compliance. Should I proceed any further? How can I keep this from happening again? Update. Thank you everybody for the replies. I was able to clarify that the patio is not a general common element and therefore property management needs to at least notify my landlord if they access it. Them choosing to just walk onto it counts as trespassing. I'm choosing to let my landlord interact with the homeowner association management instead of myself. I'm documenting the entire issue and saving emails including the pictures they took. If it happens again, I will be taking further action. Additionally, there is still a question of storage versus use of the grill. My landlord has said it's okay to keep outside since I don't use it and the rules technically only specify the use, not the possession of the grill. I will be putting a cover on it though so it can't be seen anymore. The last one is titled, Can a homeowner association ban delivery services? Such as FedEx, Amazon, etc.? It's a private road. No community vote was made. However, both of these homeowners were 1. Given no notice. When directly asking them, the homeowner association president is saying he isn't denying anything. Apparently there has been back and forth letters after an altercation that happened. 2. Told homeowner association at their decision can ban whoever they want without warning that it's up to us to make sure our guests park in the right spots when they are coming and why they can't come in our community. 3. FedEx told us that they have been harassed by a single member of the homeowner association but have no restraining order. The homeowner association president gets very verbally aggressive. Despite that, it's homeowner association making threats for FedEx not to return, and not FedEx feeling unsafe. 4. Other members on the board did not realize the ban letter happened. 5. Homeowner association tells police there is no restraining order or anything but showed him his ownership of the single condo he owns and that he is homeowner association president and told the police and FedEx he speaks for all 200 people that live here that he doesn't want them here and that he can threaten bodily harm if they don't leave the community. Update. They are blaming it on FedEx refusing to address they threatened FedEx and said FedEx apologizes. FedEx straight up told me that they were threatened, and we were told we were no longer allowed to discuss board members on the private Facebook group and have to go to the monthly board meetings to confront the board members with any issues, even if you physically can't because you're disabled. I got on video the president admitting he threatened the FedEx driver. I told someone else on the board and they said, "What do you want us to do? I'll just quit, I don't need to be harassed." And the homeowner association president and his boyfriend is allowed to spell their story of events on the private group, but anyone else it's stirring the pot and rumors. Thanks for listening.